it's a great Zeta overall. So you're going to get a lot of use out of this outside of just this lineup in the Sith raid. With the Zeta ability, you're guaranteed to get offense up on your Imperial Troopers. You're guaranteed to get 50% turn meter upon defeating someone, and you're also getting 10% protection. So this is mainly important for when you're taking out the minions. You're giving your Imperial Troopers a bunch of bonus turn meter, and that's really what gets the engine going. Getting that additional offense out there, protection regen, and also turn meter is what kind of gets the clock going, especially for Death Trooper, and giving Stormtrooper extra protection. That's really what this all comes down to. Now, there might be some opportunities to replace Veers with someone else, maybe Colonel Stark, maybe Imperial Super Commando, but he's great with his unique ability to give the protection regen, the offense up, as well as getting the turn meter gains. So there might be other things out there, but General Veers definitely fits in this role perfectly fine. So those are the characters laid out in all their glory and what their role is in the team. If you haven't gotten the main gist of it, it's pretty much Gar Saxon's leadership, Gar Saxon's unique ability, Death Trooper with his Terminate / Death Mark, as well as Stormtrooper with the Long Taunt, the extra defense, and most importantly, the Expose that's unresistible and you can't evade it on his basic. So just to kind of walk you through battle on what you're going to do, you're going to enter the raid, and the main thing first is just defeat a minion. If there's no Sith Assassin because you took him out the last round, perfect. But if Sith Assassin's on the other team, try to make that a top priority. And if she's too fast and she gets under stealth before you have a chance to take her out, you might need the Fracture. I don't like wasting a Fracture on her, but sometimes you just gotta take her out so that you first trigger the Death Mark, and secondly, she's not giving all this bonus stuff to the other team, and she's not stunning, because once she stuns Gar Saxon or Stormtrooper, the team just falls apart and you gotta restart again. But if you can manage to take out Sith Assassin, go ahead and just Fracture Cyan. Reducing Cyan's speed by 50% is huge, and that's the most important thing. Fracture should always be used on Cyan unless you're just having a really hard time to control their Sith Assassin and prevent her from getting into stealth, giving a bunch of turn meter, getting foresight, and then stunning your characters. But once you finally do take out a minion, get in there and put that Death Mark on Cyan as fast as possible. And as mentioned before, once Cyan has that Death Mark, all your characters, no matter if the minions are hitting them, they're going to focus fire on Darth Cyan. And the whole thing is to get as many counterattacks out there as often as possible to keep triggering Death Mark and getting all those additional damages on top of Darth Cyan. And just feast your eyes on all the damage that is happening. There was a part one time where Darth Cyan used